We are in chapter 1, section 4. And we're back. What makes these tricky is this subtraction in front of quantity. So remember, you're subtracting each of the terms inside of this group. 90 minus x and minus 20. So the answer is 70 minus x. Same thing is true here. We have minus 3x and minus the negative 10, which gives us adding a positive 10. So you should have 190 minus 3x. Finally, 4 more than twice a number, 2n plus 4. 6 less than half a number, n over 2 minus 6. We're looking at pairs of angles today, and the first pair of angles shares a common vertex and a common side, but has no interior points in common. So angles 1 and 2 are this type of pair, and when we share one common side, like this, we call these adjacent, right next to each other, sharing a common side. Angles 1 and 2 are adjacent. 3 and 4 are adjacent. There's something else in this pair of adjacent angles. The opposite sides, this ray and this ray, the non-common side, they form a line. So we say angles 3 and 4 are a linear pair. So a linear pair are two adjacent angles whose opposite rays, non-common sides, form a line. Linear line. We'll say adjacent angles share a side, a ray, and linear pair share a line as well. There are two other special pairs of angles. One pair are two angles whose measures add up to 90 degrees. So angle A and B, if we add them together, those two angles add to 90 degrees. So we call these complementary angles. When two angles sum to 180 degrees, as we see with angle A and C, together they form 180. We call them supplementary angles. One way I remember this is complementary C comes before supplementary S. C comes before S in the alphabet, and 90 degrees comes before 180 degrees. Two non-adjacent angles that are formed by two intersecting lines, like angles 1 and 3, or angles 2 and 4, are called, do you remember the name? They are called vertical angles, and you're going to use this tons this year, vertical angles. The funny thing is angles 1 and 3 are kind of vertical in the way this is arranged on this screen, right? But angles 2 and 4 are also vertical angles, so they have the same measure. They're equal, and they look more horizontal, don't they? Angles 1 and 3 are vertical angles, and 2 and 4 are vertical angles. Vertical angles are congruent, same shape, same measure. So if angle 1 is 130 degrees, angle 3 is as well. So you have learned about supplementary, complementary angles, linear pairs, vertical angles, and you're ready for your lesson quiz. Go ahead and try it. Come back when you're ready to check your work. If you are the supplement of angle A, then angle A, 64.1, plus the supplement equals 180. side and 115.9 degrees. The complementary of angle B of 4x minus 30, when we add that to complement, we should get 90 degrees, right? 4x minus 30, whoops, see, got to add. Okay, so since we have this angle B, 4x minus 30, if only we knew x, right? We would subtract this angle from 90, right? So you should have the expression 90 minus 4x minus 30. And I guess you can simplify that, right? You could say 90 minus the negative 30 is the same as 90 plus 30. So 120 minus 4x would be the complement of angle B. We're subtracting angle B from 90. And without knowing what x is, we have to leave this as an algebraic expression. This statement, if two angles are complementary and congruent, then the measure of each is 90, can't possibly be true. This is false. It is false because if two angles are 90, 90 plus 90 is not complementary, it is supplementary. So what would the angles be if they were both congruent and they added to 90? Yeah, they would be 45-degree angles. Two angles that are the same would have to be 45 degrees each in order to be complementary and congruent. Okay, hopefully you went down and worked on these as well. So if these two angles are supplementary, then when you add them, you get 180 degrees. 10 equals 20. Okay, you had to find the measure of each angle. So plug it in, plug it in. 2 times 20 is 40 degrees for the first angle, and I don't have a symbol for this on my keyboard, so you should have a little angle sign here. 40 degrees, and PQR, angle PQR would be 140 degrees. Finally, if these two are complementary, we're now going to take the sum of these two, and it is equal to 90 now. When we combine like terms, we have 10x, move that 20 over, equals 110, and so x equals 11. We're going to substitute that back in. 2 times 11 is 22 for angle XYZ, and for angle PQR, plug that 11 in here, and you end up with 68 degrees. 68 plus 22 is 90. And you're ready to go. Have fun.